Teenagers. I love working with the teenagers, and I'm excited this morning before Bill comes to share the message about an opportunity that our teens have this summer. If you were reading the statement up there, if you grabbed a bulletin on your way in this morning, if you look at the front of the bulletin for just a second, you look down at the bottom, it actually has our mission statement, our purpose statement of Five Forks. It says that we desire to be a growing community of disciple makers, and then if you skip down the line, it says sharing the good news of Jesus everywhere. Sometimes that's in our schools, sometimes that's when we go to work, sometimes that's with people on our sports team or athletic team, wherever it might be. Sometimes that's actually outside our country with people in a different culture, people who are different from ourselves. And so that's part of what the youth group is trying to help our teens understand, this idea of this big picture, coming to know who Jesus is and then sharing him with people around the world. And so that's what we want to do this summer, 2016. It's about a group of almost 40, not quite 40. We're going to be heading to the small Central American country of Belize on a missions project. We will be leading a children's program. We will be taking meals door to door in poor communities. We'll be doing some construction work in conjunction with a church down there. We will likely be visiting an orphanage while we are there. But to do this, we recognize this is a huge project, and we need the help and the support of everybody in this room. No way we can get there without your help. And so that's why I'm standing here before you this morning. So here's what we're going to do. Here's the project and how it's going to work. As you came in this morning, you may have noticed a huge white board over here in the corner. When you walk out the doors, it's on the left. On that board, there are 252 envelopes, and each envelope has a number on it, starting with the number 1, going the whole way up through 252. That number represents a dollar amount. Here's what we'd like you to do. We'd like you to consider taking one of the envelopes off of that board and filling it with the dollar amount that's on the outside, and then you bring it back, you stick it in the offering plate, or there'll be a drop box down at the youth booth downstairs so you can drop it in as well. Bring it back, and that's how we're going to collect our money. And here's the thing. Some of those numbers, you look at them, you say, Matt, that might be a little too big for me. I'm not sure I can put that much money in there. We don't need the envelopes back until April. So we have several months to work on this project. So several things you could consider. One of the things we're encouraging our teens to do this Christmas, take some of that Christmas money on something extra that maybe you don't really need, stick it in that envelope, right? There's little magnets inside the envelope. You can hang it on your refrigerator. That's how they're stuck to the board out there, so you can just pull it off. Stick your money in there. Maybe you're going out for dinner one night. You say, you know what? We're not going to go out for dinner tonight. We're going to stay home. We'll eat a simple meal at home. We're going to take that money that we would have used. We'll stick it in our envelope. And between now and April, you come up with the money that you're going to put in your envelope. You bring it back here. Another thing you could do that might be a great idea is if you're in a small group, maybe you take one of those bigger numbers towards the end, and as a small group, you say, as a small group, we're going to commit to praying for this youth missions team that's going to Belize, and we're going to fill that envelope together, and then we're going to turn that back in once we have the money in there. So we want to encourage you, go to the board, see which one you think you can take, grab it off the board, bring it back by April. The other great thing about the envelopes, because they are magnets, so you can stick them on your fridge, great conversation starter. You have people into your home this Christmas, they're going to say, what's this all about? What's going on? Well, our youth group, they're doing this project. Why are they doing this project? Well, because we want to tell other people about Jesus. It's a great conversation starter. So we encourage you, take one of those home, stick it on your refrigerator at home. The cool thing is we'll be able to see our progress each week. You come in, you'll see what's left on the board. As the envelopes come down off the board, it's going to start revealing pictures of team members who are on the board. You didn't see everybody that's going on the trip up here this morning, but their pictures will be on the board out there. Also some things that represent Belize and the culture and that kind of thing. So it will reveal that picture to us. Teens will also be writing letters. There's some other small projects that they're going to be working on. But we figure that through this project, we need to raise about $30,000. That's our goal through this project. Here's the amazing thing. You take your one little envelope, and if all 252 envelopes go home and come back with the correct amount inside, we will raise just over $30,000 through this fundraiser. It's a pretty awesome thing. One little envelope for you, but in the big scheme of things, it makes a huge difference for our team and our ability to go. So that's what we want you to consider doing. As we try to be part of this bigger story of sharing the good news of Jesus everywhere. The awesome thing is this series that we've been going through, Timothy, what does Timothy keep saying over and over again? How do you stay true? He says, remember the gospel. Remember Jesus, the resurrection, the good news, how he saved us from our sins. He says, hang on.